tell you that I think I lost my way. I know you're there behind the mirror, but the cracks they begin to show.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Anti-Stall Racing Sports Car Series. Today at round 6 we are at Road Atlanta. We are coming from nighttime to a daytime race, so it's basically a sunrise race. As we pull on at the last 3 rounds of the championship, we have really exciting battles here for the top of each of the classes. Of course, LMP3s and GT4s have different point systems. And let's get to it then, as we are heading out for qualifying soon. Right, now we will start with the GT4 class first qualifying. It's gonna be a really technical track here, not a really long one of the ones that we had so far, but it certainly will be really good for multi-class racing. We've seen it a lot, especially in real life events, just like the Petit Le Mans, which is a 10-hour race on this track. But for some reason it's not showing the car that I wanted. There we go. Let's see, we already have some drivers on the S's here. Soon we will go on an onboard and I can show you the track. So yeah, being nighttime, it's gonna be a bit harder to watch where your points are, since this track has a lot of elevations as well. For example, on this corner, it's a bit blind on the right side, so you really need to know your braking spot already ahead. Well, we have ahead of us, who is the first driver here? Sven Demel gives Harry Unele the space. Sarah Schmidt right behind Valtteri Kallio. Alright, let's go on an onboard here as we go on to the last corner. A really deep dive to the inside. Right, so this is the pit straight as you go to the turn 1. It's a fast corner, it goes uphill, so you can really push it hard on the accelerator to keep taking out the speed. Now some really blind chicane here. Easy more on these cars since they have big space. Go to the left. You need to take off the accelerator. Ooh, it's a bit of a weird line there. I think it's gonna cancel it afterwards. Maybe give it to the other car behind as we go on to the straight here after the S's. 2 90-degree corners, 2 different speeds to take, since this one is a bit uphill, this one is a bit flat and a bit tighter. So push forward, use the left side of the curves. This is the biggest straight here. You can really reach the top speed of your car here, on any car really, as you usually go with a lower downforce setup here. I mean high downforce because of the S's. Now, because this is a downhill, you need to brake a bit sooner, but not too hard, otherwise it locks up the wheels. You see here the braking goes to the right, goes to the left, pushes it on the outside here. You can fully throttle here. use the left side as much as possible to keep the good line here on this corner so that you avoid using the brakes as he goes to the provisional pole, Valtteri Kallio, with his teammate Joni Niemi right behind him. So let's see where Sven de Mel is. We did see him give the space to the other cars behind him. Alex May now with the provisional pole, 126.1. Philip Weisberg first, 125 here. Sven de Mel now pushing forward. Oh, he's still way back there. Guess his life is still not counting here since there's a lot of other cars ahead of him. Now he's on the S's. This one being the only one that you don't do full throttle. I think with the LMP3s we will see the S being full throttle. Ooh. A little bit of jump made the car unstable there. A bit of an oversteer side. But he still keeps his lap, he still does a purple second sector. It does make the cars look fantastic at the night time, especially the lights. Really good look. Valtteri Kallio is still improving his lap, but he did the yellow last sector. Is it enough for a provision pole? No, he still is in second place. Niemi did a lot of good sectors there, but still behind Philippe Weiss. But we have seen 3 people now on the 125s. Just put it here on gap to the leader. That's better. Alex May now gets to the pole and Philippe Weiss still takes him over again. Sven de Mel now crosses the line and he goes to 6th place. Still way behind for the pole position here. Let's see Valtteri right behind Joni Niemi, I think. No, Valtteri is ahead, Joni Niemi is behind. Currently, Joni Niemi, being the car behind, has more slipstream. Gets a better lap time than the car ahead. These 2 Porsche drivers. The same team, Alastair Esports. And Joni crosses the line and gets not good enough. It's only a 3rd position, but Valtteri, the car ahead of him, gets the provisional pole. Sorry, just something. As now these 2 drivers switch positions. Sven de Mel finally gets the first 124 and the provisional pole. Okay, as we now go on to still a long time to go, since this track is a bit on the shorter side. We do see that there's many laps that can be done. Oh, Joni misses his corner. He goes completely off track. But he still keeps going, so I guess he can still do more laps without having the need to pit. As we see Alex May, we saw Alex getting a lot of provisional poles there. Still going to another attempt. Sven de Mel currently, but he's on the track. It's hard to tell here. Oh, there we go. So, car number 423 just crosses the line here. Still keeps the provisional pole. The lap was still the fastest one, even though he did already a fast lap. But we see that the BMW here Oh, Sven de Mel's being really strong contender here for the race win. If he keeps up this pace, we will see. Valticario already with 2 green sectors. Ooh, that was a lot of use on the outside of that corner. Wonder if it was cancelled that lap? Probably not. Still have a lot of drivers here on the backside on the 2 seconds. I think Johan Brinsel is new to the series, I think. I haven't seen this driver yet. Driver of the McLaren. McLaren seems to be also a strong car. We see the Philippe West one being in 2nd place. But yeah, I wouldn't say a lot of drivers prefer to drive the Porsche, but it does seem like it's a good balanced car for everyone to use. But that's the beauty of the GT4 class as well. You can really choose the car that you want and stick to it, and it can be competitive, if not for most tracks, or all tracks, maybe most of them. But it really depends on the driver's skill as well. I think they're really well balanced. We see Sven de Mel now. Coming up to the S's here. So like he's doing faster and faster. Ooh, a lot of cutting as well. Trying to take as much of the corner as possible. Philippe West just gets even closer to that time. But still Sven de Mel, the only driver with the 124 lap time. Yoniemi is on a lap, but all yellow sectors so far. This doesn't seem like it's going to be much of an improvement. And he does not improve yet. 2 minutes to go before you go to the LMP3 qualifying. Periodically, I should tell you about the standings at least. Just get the page here. So after the Belle Isle round, we see that, at least on the GT4 class, I'll say first, Jori Niemi is currently in 1st place of the class. Right behind is Sven de Mel with a 40-point difference. And then Valtteri Kallio is in 3rd place and he's 200 points behind Sven de Mel. So really the top here for Jori Niemi and Sven de Mel is tight compared to the rest of the grid. So these two are really fighting a tooth and nail here for the win of the GT4 class here. Just remember I forgot to put this. Okay. Currently 12 drivers here on the GT4 class. Didn't have to show the LMP3s here. But less than a minute to go. Still some drivers trying to improve their laps. Jori Niemi here with this, and Valtteri Kallio also with the 2nd green sector. It's an improvement, but those 2 yellow sectors might not be good for them. Valtteri does seem like his lap was really slow. Does not improve. Jori Niemi does improve, but still is in 3rd place. They can still make another lap. Sven de Mel here on the 2nd last corner, now going downhill to the last corner here. And he crosses the line. Is it an improvement? It is! Very, very small improvement, but still keeps his lead. And he can still, I think the lap is done. I don't think he can do it anymore, so he will park there. Jori Niemi, we did see that he could do another lap, as well as Valtteri Kallio, right ahead of him. Let's just go to the onboard real quick.
Checkered flag.
Wonder what the speed is of the driver. Let's just take a look here. Oh, it seems like Valdi was just helping his Jori Niemi friend here, his teammate, to get a faster lap time, because he is fighting for the championship. He needs to get ahead of even Philip Mason to win the medal. As he does a little practice to the pit entry. Oh, that's a crash. That's not how you want to do it during the race. Yannick does improve his lap time, but still stays in third place. As we now see drivers coming out of the pit of the LMP3 class. So, on the LMP3 class, we can just take a quick look. Who is leading? After the accident from Brandon Hawkin, he lost the lead of the championship. So Dom Daswell is now currently leading with 1,764 points. Brandon Hawkin second place with 1,676 points, so that's a 90-point difference. Then there's Brian Lawrence in third place with 1,400, that's a 200-point difference. 240-point difference there. So these two are really, Tom and Daswell, they have been the only drivers to win races currently on the LMP3 class. So they will give their all here for the win on the sports car series of Anti-Stall Racing. Now, we will go to the onboard here. Shall we? Let's go to keep it full throttle here. Crosses the line here. Little straight here before we go to the uphill right corner. Just take it smooth as possible. Put the line here for the braking without much cornering here as he goes a bit on the corners there. You can use a bit of the curves on this car, but not too much, unlike the GT4 class. Goes right, left, right, full throttle. Goes to third gear here. Use as much as possible of that right side curve. There is not an off track. Starts accelerating here. Still a bit wide here. And now a tighter right corner. So goes through hollow and keeps ahead. I think that is ahead of him, Brandon Hawkin. It is Brandon Hawkin here. Brandon does seem like he has the fastest lap time, second sector at least. As you see, this long straight cars about 20 kilometers faster than the GT4 class. Starts braking, uses a bit of the right side curve, goes to the left and to the right. A lot of the outside, you can push too far here. Perfect line here. Use the dark stuff on the road to keep yourself alive. And Brandon Hawkin currently with the provisional pole, 5/10 of a second ahead of Mark Hutchinson. Of course, everyone's still doing their lap time, so there's a lot of time to be gained here, including from Brandon Hawkin. Brian Lawrence currently the second position. Another driver of the Altitude Esports. Seems like these two Anti-Stall Racing drivers are following each other. Right behind them, it is Tom Daswell. No, it is Brian Lawrence actually. Taking the advantage that suits him. Brandon and a purple sector in Tom Daswell. Another purple sector there. We might get another improvement. Brandon Hawkin crosses the line and he does improve his lap time. We are seeing now Brian Lawrence still keeping very close to the Anti-Stall Racing drivers. All three of them packed together to get the biggest boost on the straight line. But it crosses the second place, so it does help a lot, as you can see. Right. Ooh, that was a lot too much of the jumpy car. Unfortunately for him, he loses control and crashes to the wall. Now, Brandon Hawkins second sector, still a purple one, he keeps improving his lap time. How about the third sector? It's important for this one as well to keep a really good top speed. But it is a yellow, it doesn't seem like he got a lot of speed for here. I think it would be beneficial if he had someone to slip stream him. Ooh, lost control there, I think he cut too much of the corner as well. Might be an invalidated lap time. the line. It's not even an improvement, not close. Tom Deswell, 3 green sectors. Improves that time but still stays in 4th place. Kevin Stamp, look at that, 150 seconds slower, but he is close to the leader. You see Seb here. Ooh, missed the corner there. I think it was Leon or Kevin. I guess these 2 drivers actually quit. So that leaves Seb ahead, still doing his lap time. Oh, he misses out. He also wants to do it with the other drivers so that they can improve their lap times together. Slipstream. Matti. Where is Matti? Matti here, who I think almost got a podium last time round. Seems to be struggling on this track. Don't know why. He was fast on Belle Isle last round. Tudor, Portuguese driver here, also been some rounds out, but he did get a podium at least. I was in Daytona, I think. Currently all yellow sectors. So you see now Brian Loyne. Currently the 2nd position. He needs to get a bit of a gap from Kevin Sam, unless, of course, these are the last lap times that these drivers can do, but I think they can improve. You can see Brian, seems like he missed the corner there. Where is our anti-stall racing drivers? Still grouped together, trying to improve the lap time together. Ben Hawking now, green sector, purple sector, is gonna keep a bit of advantage here from the other drivers. Of course, this biggest competition, Tom Deswell, and he seems to be struggling. 4 tenths behind. But look at that, Tom Deswell now has a 3rd purple sector. Brian Hawking crosses the line, 2 yellow sectors, but it's still an improvement there. Now 2 tenths ahead. Tom Deswell right behind, last corner, pushes forward, and is it enough? Doesn't seem like it, because it does seem like he got an off track, so his lap was invalidated. Oh, this is getting really close, 4 minutes to go. And these drivers need to improve their lap times. Especially on a bit of a hard track to overtake. On the first stages, if you're gonna get a slow car ahead of you, you're gonna be at a disadvantage during the S's part. Maybe on the straight it'll be good, but I wouldn't risk it if I was one of these drivers. Of course, I'm not driving, just commentating. Diogo goes up to 4th position. Not bad. Some improvements behind Matti now. He also reduced his time from 2 tenths and a half to now 1.7. Brian Hawkins still improving his lap time, by the way. Purple sector and a green sector. Tom Deswell, 3rd purple sector. Seems like the difference of setup, because there he goes, 14.3. Because Tom Deswell is being faster on the straight line part, and still stays 6th place. This is bad for his competition lead on the competition. We are seeing some lights on the sky there, starting to light up. Yeah, it is getting a bit of a light there. You see the sunrise is starting to appear on this side. We go back to our drivers here on the qualifying station. I'm not sure if this is the lap that counts for Kevin already, or if this is just warm-up. But it does seem like he's getting really good advantage of that slipstream there. Mark Hutchinson gets second position. Right, you see Kevin Sam now crossing the corner. This is the last second to third sector. I mean, this is right before the main straight. You can also put the map, why not? There we go, car number 61. Oh, I got that entirely wrong. No. This is the new lap. Now this is the one that counts for Kevin Sam and Leon right ahead of him. Why am I again making a mess of the numbers? So this is Seb, number 93. Kevin Sam, number 61. Oh, that's an altitude sports driver. Of course, that's my mistake. So that's Tom. That's I knew something was wrong. Anyway, Tom Dadswell giving slipstream there for Kevin Sam, and he needs to be even closer to get it. Otherwise, it's not gonna get much of a fast time. Tom Dadswell now 2 green sectors, 1 purple sector. Maybe this is the lap that he needs to get himself even higher. Of course, he is now 3rd position. But the closer he can get to Brandon Hawkin, the better as he crosses the line. 2nd, there we go. 100th of a second, right behind Brandon Hawkin. Kevin Sam does also improve his lap time. Still stays in 6th place. Don't know what's happening to Matti, but it does not seem like he is having a good time, is he? He's still in the pits currently. And there's only 10 seconds left. These drivers that we are seeing now, everyone can still do a lap time. Joop Theodore also crosses the line, he can still do another lap. Right behind him we have Sebastian van Hove. He is gonna cross the line, but he cannot make another lap. We have Brandon Hawkin there with the 1 green sector, 2 yellow ones. Sebastian gets ahead of Diogo. Tom Dadswell with a purple sector. This is the lap time that he needs. This is the last opportunity that he can get the pole. Brandon failed to get the pole position. I mean, improve his lap time, couldn't pole. But Tom is going fast. 2 purple sectors. That is a pole position there for Tom Dadswell. 2nd place for Brandon Hawkin. That's exactly what he needed to stay ahead of Brandon. Of course, during the race is the time that's gonna matter. But Tom can at least get some more points even from the qualifying. Of course, qualifying does give points. And we see it was Sebastian there doing the short course. As we now approach our warm-up. 5-minute warm before we head into the race. Really slowing into the pit. So yeah, that is for qualifying. I will tell you about the grid after the warm-up. Still have a lot of time. So now it is time for our drivers here to put some little bit of practice, maybe now in traffic, maybe a change of the setup here for experimenting before we head out to the race, shall we? That's an interesting cut there from Brandon Hawkin. As you can now see, much brighter. The sky, also the lighting on the track. It's getting the point there they don't even need the headlights. The visibility should be good enough. Just experimenting with the cameras here. So, we also should talk about the default class. Again, Yoniemi is battling with Sven de Mel for the championship lead. Yoniemi currently leading it. But now he has another car, the McLaren of Philippe Weiss, ahead of him, that he needs to fight for the position before he challenges Sven de Mel. It's gonna be really, really good racing. We've seen it throughout these rounds, all of them really. There is so many close battles. We've seen on Bella and even finishing, I think, less than a half second between Sven de Mel and Yoniemi, or Yoniemi being the one that got the favorable position. But anything can happen, especially when you have traffic. Brad Hawken currently being the first one to put a lap on the LMP3 class. Philippe Weiss with a 125.4. We saw 124s here on qualifying. It's going to be interesting to see how people also overtake on the S's, since Sebastian was being really cautious there. Very important to also practice the pit entry. As we now see the end of warm-up, as we go now to the gridding. Right, so on the LMP3 class, we have Tom Daswell in first place, Brendan Hawken in second, Mark Hutchinson in third, Leon Elliott in P4, Brian Lawrence in P5, Ken Stan in P6, Sebastian Van Heuvel in P7, Joe Tudor in P8, and Matti Hampa in P9. Then we got Sven de Mel on the GT4 class in first place, Philippe Weiss in second, Yoniemi in third, Valtteri Kallio in P4, Alex May in P5, Adeni Aronke P6, Harry Unel in P7, Charlie Lord in P8, Sarah Schmidt in P9, Ryan Pandicio in P10, Joni Nakkanen in P11, and John Brinsell in P12. It's gonna be a full formation lap here. Which gives opportunity for drivers to heat up their tires. So with a 45-minute race, drivers still have to pit at least once. Fuel saving will not work. And well, we've seen it a lot of times that the pitting can influence on the drive position, especially on the exit. Some overtakes are done after pitting much later, or sometimes pitting earlier can be advantage as well because you avoid getting the traffic ahead of you. We will see each driver has their own idea when to pit, of course. It's up to them to do that decision. Interesting to see 3 Altitude Esports on the right side. Then you got 2 Anti-Star Racing on the left side, 1 Imposter on the right side there. It's getting really bright as well. It is currently what is it? Why did I forget what it is? I mean, is it here? Yeah, it is 6:46 a.m. About in what, 10-15 minutes? It's basically daytime, but I would say this is already daytime. You can already see plenty of the track. I don't even think the lights are even really on the road anymore. But yeah, we will start now as drivers get prepared for the race start. We go here on Tom Dansville. It can go anytime now. Pit safety car is in. Needs gonna start. As he goes on, keeps it ahead. The other Altitude Sport driver just gets ahead of Brendan Hawking there. Keeping it on the inside. Still, Brendan Hawking stays on the outside. Seems to be now struggling here. He tries to keep it on the outside here as well, but he gets on the grass. Still keeps his third position now, instead of losing too much, which is good for him. That's avoiding damage here. As they all come across now on the second sector, as we go now to the GT4 class, everyone greatly lined up. Sven de Mil already with the 1 second lead of P2. Everyone still avoiding any mistakes here. Everyone keeping it nice and tidy. Oh, something happened. What happened to Sarah Schmidt? She lost it just now. Sorry, there we go. Lost control there, and then it got a bit of a touch, but I think it was already loss of control, already spinning there. So, unfortunate for her, she is out. As we go now to the live broadcast, we see Brian Lyons overtaking there. Still side by side. Altitude Esports against Anti-Star Racing. Leon misses out. He misses the corner there. Ooh, that's big damage there. That is big damage there already for Leon Elbert on the lap 2 of the race. Let's see what happens here on the GT4 class. Everything still nice. They're keeping a bit of a space with each other, but still close. Being challenged by his teammate Kevin Stem. Getting really close to each other. Seb did start behind Kevin Stem, but now he's ahead of him. He gained 2 positions, one from Leon that, unfortunately for him, made a mistake and crashed, and the other simply by overtaking Kevin Stem. Brennan Hawkins still struggling here to catch the two Altitude Esports drivers. Of course, still log race, anything can happen. Ooh, what is that? It's Brian Lawrence. Did he use too much curb and make the car jump? Let's see, let's see. Did it unsettle the car? It did. Yeah, I think it's a bit too low on the suspension there for his liking. Well, now, Leon already pitted from that exit on lap 2. We see GT4 cars still keeping close together with each other. Lovely message there for Go Altitude on the YouTube chat. So far everyone's still not pushing too hard with the overtakes. There's a distance being covered here, being close to each other. Mark Hutchinson trying to keep as close as possible to Tom Dadswell. Keeps Brennan Hawkins and Pay behind him. What is that? Was that a... No. That cannot be a slowdown. Where did Mark get the slowdown? Didn't even see. Didn't even register as an off-track or anything. Interesting. Alright. So, now he gives the position to the rival of Tom Dadswell that he needs to fight. Tom Dadswell now passes the first GT4 cars. Still other cars are between each other, separate by each other, but that was the car of Johan Brinstel. He gives space to the LMP3's pass. Good on him. Brennan Hawkins now trying to catch Tom Dadswell. Still not over the second. Sebastian loses the position to Kevin Sam. Just happening in the background. Oh, Harry Yulin has just crashed. What happened? Did he get hit by Daniel behind him? No, it's another. Oh, that's a big jump there. Yeah, the car really incentives if you use too much curb there. He didn't brake just because Harry wanted to get out of the track. But we'll see how the stewards will react to that. But he did take Danny Ronke with him. You gotta be really brave on that corner, that's for sure. It might work sometimes, but sometimes it might not work to use too much of the curves. If you don't settle the car, that's it. Game over. Charlie Lord here in P6 with his custom livery that he made. Fantastic livery. You can even get a bit closer here to it. There we go. It is the first race he's doing on this championship, but he's already doing really well. Alex May goes off track twice. Did he use too much of this? Oh! He did. It did use too much of the curbs. Again, it jumps the car, goes to the other side of the track. People are really taking too much of the curb there. It is not easy for these drivers. Braden already overtaking P6 of the GT4 class. This is a short track. Make no mistake, these drivers will overtake other drivers really quickly. Leon is doing his best here now to get back in position. He is ahead of all the GT4 class cars now, so he at least has clear air ahead of him. Right, Philippe White now P2, right behind Sven de Mel. He's keeping a really good pace behind the second place of the championship. very, very nice to see. Yodi Navy does keep a bit of a distance behind though, as he gets passed by the leaders of the LMP3 class, and these drivers are super close to each other as well. 2 tenths behind Brandon Hawken of Tom Deswell. Mark Hutchinson just cut him as well. These three now really packed together as they cross the GT4 leaders. Even got a 3.5 seconds advantage from Board. Kevin Stam and Sebastian Van der Hoeven together, the anti-stall racing drivers. They lost Leon. Oh, that was a hit there. That was it between Diogo Teodoro. Oh, these drivers are crashing again. I just saw that happen.
Please someone investigate left corner.
Nope, sorry. There we go. As we see, they didn't give enough space. It was hard to tell. Then the way we return to the track, it seems a bit dangerous as well. Well, that's one for the Seaways. They are investigating currently. As we go back to the leaders here, P1, P2, P3 goes together. 5.5 seconds ahead, P4. Meanwhile, GT4 class, these two are ahead of the others. Getting near, even behind. Of course, if that situation that happened to him, he even lost his rear wing. It looks like a regular Porsche came in now. Another GT4 one. He will either just pit now or just keep going. Like this with the car. Alright, as we go back now again, Brandon Hawken trying to catch the championship leader. Really bright now outside. It's 6:47 or 13:07, however you want to call it the time over in your country. GT3 to retrack as well. It's not too hot, so people can really push. Yoni Nemi finally pitted after the damage he has. This is gonna get a huge advantage for Sven de Mel. Yoni Nemi will have to pit again. He did fix the car, but he will have to pit again for fuel. I don't think he can fuel save enough for the whole race. Remaining on the race, it's 44 minutes left. What's going on here with Ryan? Ryan trying to catch the Porsche of Joni Takanen. So far so good, he's keeping it really nicely. Matti is really struggling here though, the driver from the Alastro Esports. We've seen here these drivers being really good at the GT4 class. Matti was doing really well on Belline, but this track does not seem to suit him very much. Being now at trouble here against Brian Lloyd. Brian lost 2 positions since the start of the race. Getting closer and closer. Maybe the opportunity to overtake is now. Look at how close he gets. He's gonna get a lot of slipstream here. As we see it on board here. He could just set it on the braking zone. Or wait for the next time. When will he do it? Meanwhile, 1/10 behind Tom Danswell and Brandon Hawken here. with the S's. That was risky, but now they even closer to each other. Watch out for the cups. Don't unsettle the car, otherwise it's gonna lose all your progress. These drivers are still keeping it way close to each other. Right, I tried to do it before the S's started, but unless you're ahead, it's no good. Sven Demel kept the distance from two boys finally. Brandon still not overtaking Matti apparently. It could be just he is fusing because I did notice he was braking a bit sooner, let's see. It does seem like it is fuel saving now. So we go back to these drivers. Ooh, he's trying to go on the outside. Is he gonna do it? No, he backs out. Mark Hutchinson from Brandon Hawken. Brandon is now finally really close. But doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. Had really a hash crash. Let's see what happened here with this driver. Car number 88. Did he use too much of the cups on this side again? We've seen a lot of drivers do it. There we go. It is again. We've seen this happen. Also, finally, Barlones does overtake Matti. Let's just check out the overtake real quick. Oh, it just gave the place. Okay. So now, back to our LMP3 leaders. Kept a bit of distance. Brandon Hawken from Mark Hutchinson. Time that he's going to need now, since I think we are getting close to the GT4 cars. That was tricky. Look at how tight they have to do. And now getting really close, Brandon Hawken to Tom Dadsville. Did he keep a bit of speed to overtake? No, I think he's not gonna do it. Now they have the other Porsche ahead of them, so they're not gonna do anything. Ooh! Tom Dadsville uses a bit of the gas on the outside, but still keeps his speed. They still keep together. Less than a tenth between P1 and P3. So they got through that little traffic safely there. Which is the best thing that can happen for all of them. Now, Leon crashed again. Let's see what happened here with this driver. Already we see a little protest from behind. Is it gonna be the killer corner? Before even that corner, apparently. Interesting. And he gets back to the road and drives off. Brandon Hawken, Tom Dadsville, Mark Hutchinson, top 3. Still trying to take on Tom Dadsville, Brandon Hawken is. Let's go see where the other GT4 class is. We have Valtteri Kanye here, Jari Niemi, the one that we saw going to the pits after that damage from contact with Diogo Theodore of the LMP3 class. Charlie Lord currently in P4. 18 seconds behind P3, but as long as he keeps himself from trouble, he's gonna be just fine. As we see Kevin Stam overtaking the hold on, these two are going to give it also an overtake. And they do it safely. Ooh, but it unsettles a bit. It unsettles Charlie. But at least he kept it on the road, loses a bit of time, but at least he didn't cause an accident for himself. So now go back to our leaders. I wonder if Brandon is using this opportunity to feel safer. Overtake is here. Next guy to overtake right over there. Of Philip West. Mark Hutchinson lost a lot of time. A lot of time now. He's far away from the Q2 position that he was trying to get. Brandon Harkin gets the fastest lap. Leon crashed again. Let's just see what happens to this driver. He's in on the braking. Ooh. It's just not comfortable. Two drivers close together. Yoni trying to. Ooh, it looked like he was gonna try and overtake, but then gets cut off by Joni Takanen. Yoni needs a lot to recover from that accident if he wants to keep the championship lead from Sven de Mel. He does now overtake Joni Takanen. And then he goes now on to Ryan Patricio. Kevin Stam already pitting of the LMP3 class. Interesting to see why he pitted so soon while others are keeping himself on the road, but that's a part of the strategy with one necessary pit stop. Maybe now preparing himself to catch Ryan Patricio. Kevin Stam just exited the pits right ahead, so he doesn't need to be troubled by Kevin Stam overtaking him. Side by side here between the leader, Brandon Harkin and Tom Glasgow. Tom gets inside, but he is too far behind from Brandon Harkin. And that is the new race leader, Brandon Harkin. Valtteri Kallio getting really close to P2. And no chance for an overtake. Niemi finally overtaking Ryan Patricio. And now he's up to P6. He still has to pit once again, but if he does, he only needs less fuel than the other drivers. Valtteri Kallio is still getting really close to this driver. Alex May being the first one of the GT4 cars on the lead lap to pit without being a damage issue. Charlie Loeb 25 seconds behind P3. He's currently in P4. Huge margin here from these three drivers to the rest. Sebastian now also pitting for the LMP3 class. Zissou are now changing position, and Valtteri going on the outside. He gets the biggest speed from the racing line, but Philippe Weiss is going inside the pit, so there is no contention. Tom Deswell still trying to catch now Brendan Harkin, currently leading this race. Where is Brendan? Brendan has just gone through the back straight, 3 cars ahead of him, which are not from the same class. Let's see, Brendan Harkin, no, Tom Deswell will pit, Brendan Harkin will not. So this is time for everyone to pit. We are a bit through halfway the race. These drivers are now putting in the times to pit before the traffic gets more badly. Ooh, Brendan gets really slowed down by the slower car. It's gonna be a bit of a loss of time. Something like that, well, Tom Deswell was trying not to do. Maybe it was the right time to pit for Tom Deswell. Unless when he gets out of the pit, of course, he gets, well, even worse traffic. Let's see. Tom Deswell should be getting out anytime soon. As he goes now, we see Charlie Lord going through pits. There he goes. No one behind him. So this is just 2 to 4 cars that he needs to pass. 1, 2, 3. Gives him space. I think that was Daniel Ronke. Charlie Lloyd gives also away Tom Deswell. Where is Brandon? Brandon is currently still out. He is not pitting. Mark Hutchinson as well. He is out. Hasn't decided to pit yet. Both 4 of the GT4 cars are pitting the leaders, including Joni Niemi. Tom Deswell now trying to pass Matti, a slower MP3 class, for same class. Matti goes to the pit, gives away for Tom Deswell to go through. Brian Lawrence, Mark Hutchinson, Brian Hogan have not pitted yet. Well, I think Brian, if he pitted, it was because of damage. Let's just confirm. No, he did not. So, Joni Niemi is now 40 seconds behind P3. Charlie was previously P4, is now a bit behind. You see 2 cars ahead of him. Brian Hawkins does pit as well. Mark Hutchinson. Brian Lawrence is keeping himself out, isn't he? He did feel safe a bit, so that might be helpful for him. No, Brian Lane does pit. So that leaves the opportunity for Tom Deswell now to pass Brendan Hawkin. After the pit, can he do it? Should be anytime soon now. As he crosses the last corner, Brendan Hawkin is still pitting. We can see in the background there. There he goes, passes the finish line, and he keeps behind. Tom Deswell keeps behind of Brendan Hawkin by a huge margin this time. It was less than a second, now it's 6 seconds behind. And Mark Hutchinson as well gets a pass here. Kevin Stam goes on ahead of Brian Lawrence. He keeps himself in 4th position. Alex May keeping himself really close to Joni Niemi. Even though we saw how fast Joni Niemi was going, even though he currently does have the fastest lap times. Just real quick, let's see what happens to Johan. He just holds himself there. Alright. So you see now Alex May getting even closer to Yoni Niemi here. Wonder if he's gonna attempt to overtake before the hard braking point. Let's just see real quick who has the fastest lap times. There we go. Saint Demel has the fastest lap time, 1:24.9. It's just as good as his qualifying time usually. Yoni Niemi 1:25.3. 2 cars ahead of him have faster lap times. Tom Daswell with 1:14.3. Faster by 500ths of a second on the Olympic free gas compared to Brendan Hawken. And what was the last lap time? There we go. Based on the pit exits. Brian Lloyd really close to Sebastian Van Hilve. And gets even closer now. Might be the opportunity he needed to overtake. Slow lap time from Drew Theodore, I think he crashed. We'll see, just let me check what is going to happen between these two drivers. Ooh. We did see Sebastian carrying a lot of speed there through the first corner, but the second one not so much, making Brian even closer to him. Is he going already on the inside? No, he backs out. I think he just didn't want the switch to be too close to the car ahead of him. No, leaving no space for Brian to pass. Also, I just noticed, but Alex May did overtake back on Yoni Niemi. Yoni Niemi 9 P5, not P4 anymore. Let's just see real quick where did he overtake. Might be a good one. Took the opportunity from Yoni Niemi's mistake. That's really nicely done. Matti here, teammate of Yoni Niemi, but on the LMP3 class. Tried to get through the slower GT3 class. There's a big mistake there from Brian Lawrence, but at least he keeps it straight. But presumably he does have a slowdown. It can't be just an off-track. See, it already lost a bit of a time, 1.6 seconds behind of Sebastian Van Hilve. Let's see his speed going any slower. And I think he doesn't need to slow down anymore. Speaking of, Karen Stamp still keeping himself in P4. Already got through the GT4 class. Minutes to go. Everyone has already done their pit stops, so this is just move forward to the end. Brandon still keeping himself really distant from Tom Daswell. Exactly what he needed. Already, well, Brandon got himself to P2 on the qualifying, which loses a bit of points in that. Not too much, like 3 points, but gets him back more on the race. Tom Dazzle being in P2, I think should be enough for himself to keep himself on the championship lead. Uniemi now struggling to catch Alex May. Uniemi wants to get that P4 back in the many position as you can. Just the crash just happened. Theodore. Ooh, since we saw this happen, I think with Leon. Gotta be really careful with the braking, especially brake pressure. You can unstable the car, especially when you're doing a corner. Well, 4 seconds now, a gap to P1, P2 on the LMP3 class. That's unexpected, especially since they were still close to each other. But that's the thing, Brandon is known for being really good in the race. Qualifying, he has his ups and downs. Car still can be a really fast driver. But we can guarantee that during the race, Brandon can get that position and put top step of the podium if needed. He's getting mighty close, but Uniemi is still not trying to overtake him. Ooh, he went on the inside on the downhill section. But is it enough? It is. Even without a switcheroo, that could have happened there. Uniemi keeps ahead of Alex May. Really not much happening at the moment. Everyone's still keeping themselves mighty gaps between each other. Classes are not currently overtaking each other, so there aren't really big packs. No opportunities for other cars to get closer, like the LMP3 is closer to the car ahead from traffic. The closest we have is Sebastian Van der Heuvel and Kevin Sam did lose a bit of time. Brendan Halkin and Tom Dazzle just switching fastest lap times of the race, with Tom Dazzle being the victor here. Alright, this is the point now. It's getting so close that you could do a switch around as teammates, or they could just, you know, try an elevated look between Sebastian and Kevin Sam. Mati goes to the pit again. What is this? Mark Hutchinson just went to the pit. Seems like something bad happened to Mark Hutchinson. What is this? Goes the first corner. A bit unsettled. A bit unsettled. Oh, okay. We need to see that on under the camera real quick. It didn't look natural at all. Too many corrections. Oh. Yeah, that happens. Unfortunately for Mark, he was having a really good race. Unfortunately, he is out, at least at the moment, we upped, well, fixing this car. Those drivers have still one free fast repair. This man right here, been leading ever since, well, the overtake he did on Tom Deswell before the first pit stop, first and only. During the first stint, Sebastian are getting even closer to Kevin Sam now. That means that Kevin Sam gets himself in free, unless Seb, right behind him, gets the position. Don't fight too hard, boys. Otherwise, you might both lose it. Brian Williams is even getting closer, so these guys have to really be careful now with each other. Brian is now half a second behind. He's gonna trying to get that P3 position. Kevin Sam defending the inside, makes Brian Lynn even closer to each other. Ooh, that's interesting move there. Oh, that is settled. No, this is exactly what I was talking about. Don't fight too hard, and they did anyway. That gives the position freely to Brian Lynch. He had to go through the track, off track even. And it's gonna have to be a little meeting afterwards on the Anti-Soul Racing booth. Our Total Wolf will not be happy. It was Kevin who braked too hard and made the car go a bit settled. Brian had to do a little bit of his maneuver and cut the track. Meanwhile, Kevin still keeps going. In fact, both drivers keep going. Don't think they had too much of a damage issue, but they completely lost their position. And so there's still no Anti-Soul Racing driver in the podium ever since the series started. What a shame. Brian Lawrence though, P3, even after some mishaps happened at the start of the race. 28 seconds behind P2, but still keeps it himself for podium. Yoni Emi just overtook Alex May, now gets back to P4. Damage limitation from his side. He couldn't do anything, I think, from the exit with Diego Tudor. But that's one for the stewards to investigate after the race. I guess they need more opinions on the incident. 2.5 minutes to go. Valtteri Kallio just pitted. Attention to this. Is it gonna be a stop or a drive through? Seems like it is a complete stop. Seems like it was the damage even. That was interesting. Didn't see any damage from Valtteri. Mark Hutchinson hasn't exited the pit ever since his accident. Brandon Harkin just makes the fastest lap time. Tom Desville unable to keep up at the moment. Since there's a big gap between Brandon Harkin and Tom Desville, I guess Brandon now can keep himself being a bit safe driving and avoid hitting or being impeded by the GT4 class. Alex May and Yoni Emi are still fighting each other. It is still not up on the last minutes of the race for some reason. I was seeing that's one lap behind Valtteri. That's one. It's because of an LMP3 that's in the middle there. That will be fixed itself. So Yoniemi needs to keep this P4 at least to get as much points as possible to keep himself from the lead from Sven de Mel. I think it should be enough. Kevin Selcraft. He already lost from his potential podium. What happened here? Too much of the curbs. After driving so safely through the whole race now, he does that. Oh well. Still keeps himself in P5 since, Sebastian was already ahead of him after that incident. At least Sebastian and Kevin can still keep going, even though it's the last moments of the race. As we are on the last lap, where is Brandon? Brandon is still about to cross the line. There should be a checkered flag. The man who challenges everything here on the Intersoul Racing. Doesn't matter which car, he will put it on the lead. There we go. Ben Harkin crosses the line in first place on round 6 of the Intersoul Racing Sports Car Series. Tom Desville goes to second place. It could be a change of lead on the championship, but we will see after the race ends. Brian Lawrence is still 28 seconds behind. Sebastian cannot get any more position than this. As we also see our GT4 class on this beautiful morning, because the sun is already up at Road Atlanta. That's why we went from nighttime to daytime. Sven de Mel does get another race win here. And potentially closing the gap to Yoniemi. Field Weiss in P2 on the McLaren. The last car is now out, so we can go on to the results here. So the LMP3 class, we have Brandon Harkin winning once again, Tom Desville in P2, Brian Lawrence in P3, Sebastian van der Hoeven in P4, Kevin Stamp in P5, Mike Hutchinson in P6, Matti Rampa in P7, Duke Theodore in P8, and Leon Illerwood in P9. He quit earlier. As for the other class, which is annoying, I cannot show, but I can tell you. There you go. So, on the GT4 class, we have Sven de Mel in first, Philip West in P2, Valtteri Kalli in P3, Yuri Nemi in P4, Alex May in P5, Charlie Lord in P6, Yuri Takanen in P7, Ryan Pandisio in P8, Johan Bristol in P9, Danny Ronke in P10, Harry Yulin in P11, and Sarah Schmidt in P11. Actually, don't remember even seeing Sarah driving here. But oh well. So on to the interview, shall we? If there's anyone who wants to do it, of course. And there's already Brandon Hawken. Hello, Brandon.
Hello.
Congrats on another race win, buddy.
Oh, thank you, man. That was fun. Man, what a really great battle there in the first half before pit stops, and after that too. Like, that was man. Yeah, that was some really hard racing, and man, wow, yeah, just a lot of fun navigating their way through traffic there. Road America's really sketchy in some parts, so man, I'm just happy to survive, and man, really great race there with Tom and Mark.
Yeah, he said, well, survive, because we saw on the broadcast at least a lot of people dying on that corner after the S's, the one that has a lot of cover on the right side.
Oh,
People
yes,
use
yes.
it a lot, and the car jumped both classes too, GT4 and LMP3. And after what happened to your previous race, yeah, it's best to keep yourself on the road, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, got to stay away from the big bumps with this car. I think. Yeah, last race I just got a little bit too much of the curb, and the car just smashed down on the ground, and just away it went. But yeah, today I made sure it was handling really well over the big bumps. It was like felt pretty solid in the trouble areas, so I was happy with that. And man, yeah, it was really tough trying to get past Tom there at the beginning. We we catch lap traffic, and I like be able to like get alongside him. I couldn't do too much, but yeah, he was really nice with me there going into turn one. He didn't have to let off, but man, that was that was a lot of fun. And after pit stops, I felt like I had a really good pit stop, and everything went smoothly from there. So that was yeah, a good recovery. I'm not sure how the points sit right now, but yeah, I'm just looking to try to chip back away at it, and see if we can make a challenge there.
Yeah, the points was previously you were 90 points behind. Forgot how the scoring works in Inter. It's a lot more difficult than the touring cars, if you remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like it's gonna be close to the last two races. Last two races being Jerez and Okayama. What do you think of Jerez? It's a new track. We haven't had all anti-stall racing yet. And it's also somewhat new. It's been only 2 seasons since the track was released. Have you ever driven on it?
I may have done like two or so laps on Automobilista one time, if it's even on there. I think it is. But yeah, so I have no idea. I don't even know the layout or anything. So yeah, I'm gonna put some laps in and get used to the track. And I'm really familiar with Okayama though, so that should be fun. And yeah, Jerez like it looks like a good track. So I'm gonna. Yeah, I look forward to learning that, and yeah, I'll just put lots of laps in, try to try to learn all the corners and don't get lost, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's gotta be really tight. Only 2 races left, but yeah, it's we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, it is. It's a new track, and what's your opinion overall? Learning a new track for racing, it's exciting, no?
Oh yeah. Like a lot of the times, like I find tracks with lots of elevation changes and like visual cues around the track, like a lot easier to learn than tracks that like are kind of like flat or don't have like where all the corners kind of look the same. So I'm not actually sure what Jerez is like, but yeah, I like taking the RO1 out just to like get like laps in as quickly as possible, just to get it into my brain. But yeah, I'll do some of that and then hop into this, and yeah, it should like it. Yeah, it looks like a really fun track though. So yeah, we'll see. It's got to be fun.
Yeah, it is fun, especially on multiclass since there's ample space on the sides as well and a lot of different kinds of corners. But yeah, we'll see you then next week. Thank you so much for being here again.
Oh, thank you, Paulo.
We'll see you on Jerez then.
We'll see ya.
now we have Valtteri here, P3 on the GT4 class. Valtteri, how was your race, man? It seemed like it wasn't easy, especially with a lot of people just spinning out even around you.
Yeah, it was a difficult race for me because didn't really have any time to practice, so pretty much from the beach. So there was no pace for me, but a pretty good result and one wall contact in the end ruined the second place for me.
Yeah. I was gonna say as well, like, it doesn't look like it's that easy to drive with this car. I've never driven the GT4 cars on this track, but it seems fun, but a challenge. It feels like it would be more similar to the Porsche Cup, no?
Excuse me, what did you say? I didn't hear. Sorry.
Was it challenging to drive this car on this track? I've never driven a GT4 here, and it seemed like it was a bit of a challenge, especially with how the car bounces on certain corners too.
Yeah, well, this track has always been a challenge for me, and almost, or not almost, in every race I have hit the same wall. So yeah, it is a challenge, and especially with this car, I think it's so slippery.
Yeah, it
It
did,
is.
it did feel like it. But overall, as you been driving the Porsche through the season long, do you think it's for you the best GT4 car? For yourself, of course, not balance-wise, but for you to drive, the more balanced one.
We had paint for Porsche and Mercedes, so just chose the Porsche. I haven't really tried any else.
Oh, okay. So it was just, well, we have this car, so let's just drive it.
Yeah.
No attempt, okay. Right, if you want some words of finish for your friends.
Yeah, of
Diffuser.
course. Joo, ei siinä mitään, ihan paska kisa ja tulipahan ajettua kuitenkin. Ja jos Ullalle tulee rankkua, niin mä uskon, että ainakin itse ei tule enää tätä sarjaa nähtyä, mutta toivottavasti ei tule mitään. Ja Jere siinä ei pääse, mutta katsotaan sitten, jos vikassa kisassa täräyttäisi laatikon läpi. Yeah, that's about it.
Well, thank you so much, Valtteri. And currently, you are still in P3. Even after this race, you're still keeping yourself in P3 of the championship. 2 rounds to go. Is it possible for you to keep it?
I don't really know because it is possibility that I can drive the Jerez, or if I can, I need to drive it from abroad with something like driving for GT set. So
Okay.
yeah, I don't know if I can join to the Jerez, but on the last race I will be there again,
All right.
at least.
Well, if not for next week, at least 2 weeks in time. But so far, thank you so much for being here, and always great to see you, Luis. And
Yeah.
and also for your team, also it's always nice to see the colors of your team. To be honest, it's really iconic, I would say.
Yeah, they are awesome paints. Thanks to Jonas, our painter. Yeah, but yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And so we will see you guys all next week on Jerez. Goodbye, everyone.